What's going on, guys? Sunny aka the Random Recorder here, and today I want to talk about why the Switcher 3 is actually a very, very significant port to the Nintendo Switch. For those of you who don't know, the Switcher 3 is a port of The Witcher 3 to the Nintendo Switch, so everyone's calling it the Switcher. It's like the Nintendo Switch board. Anyone remember that? Right? I mean, someone actually made like a 3D mold, and you could put the Switch, you put the Joy-Con in, and there's a knife. Anyway, the reason that The Witcher 3's port to the Switch is so important is because The Witcher 3 was known for being it had a huge map. It was known for having a particularly huge map and very detailed and good graphics. And the Switch, as you may guess, it's a very small console. And because of that, the graphics power, isn't exactly very, very good. Or not, I mean, it's good for what it needs to be able to do, but in terms of being able to run these very big AAA games, it's not exactly the best. So they showed off some screenshots, but not too much gameplay, but they showed off some screenshots from Witcher 3 on Switch. And I gotta say, it looks pretty good in terms of like HD images. Sorry, there's something outside that just started me. Anyway, so they showed off some HD images, and I gotta say, they do look pretty nice. And they showed off a tiny bit of actual gameplay at E3, in the Nintendo Direct for E3. And I was actually seeing that there was a side-by-side comparison, right, of that versus the PlayStation 4. And obviously there was a huge downgrade. I think we were all kind of expecting that. I believe they said it runs at 720p docked and like 540p undocked or portable. And I gotta say, even at dock, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still an absolute, like, astoundment that they're putting it on the cartridge without any more download. It's 32 gigabytes, which usually a lot of developers aren't even doing that, but CDPR definitely cares here. CD Projekt Red, for those of you who know, is CDPR. And you can tell they definitely care about doing this port right. They even put it on the 32 gigabyte cartridge. And so, I gotta say, it looks considerably worse. You know, first of all, obviously you have like texturing and things like that. Everything looks a bit flatter, I would say, in the Switch port. And also, in terms of like the actual ground, the ground looks like considerably worse. I don't know what it is. I think it's just in terms of, it's mostly textures. I would say, you know, in general, I would say you're keeping the feel of the game, right? I think it doesn't look terrible or anything like that. It looks pretty good, right? But if you look at things like textures, if you're a real stickler about that, I don't think you're gonna like it at all. And I gotta say, you know, it's an astonishment that they even managed to get it on there at all, right? So it's still pretty impressive, but I do think that it's not exactly the best. On top of that, if portability isn't the biggest thing to you, you can buy The Witcher and all of its DLC, I believe, for like, you know, they're selling the port for $60. You can pretty much buy the game for cheaper than that at this point, because it's been out for so long for the Xbox and the PlayStation. So I gotta say, while it is impressive that they're putting The Witcher on the Switch, it doesn't seem like it'll be very good. Though, again, it is still an absolute miracle they figured out how to do it. But it doesn't look like it'll be that good. So, unless you're big on portability, you might not want to purchase it. But that's what I think about The Witcher on Switch, the Switcher. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you like this video, make sure to leave it a like. And subscribe today to join the TR Army. Hit the notification bell when you want to be notified of our future videos. And that's all for today. Random Recorders, peace out.